Hi. I'm actually filming a video where I'm standing up. Yeah, no, I'm getting better. The remedy, I'm dressed too, by the way. I'm just in my house robe. The remedy is like just make a little food and sit there, dude. Nothing else, dude. Because I'm all alone. No one's ever gonna help. We know that. No, this is fucking murder they tried to commit, and we know that too. Also, they've been ever since I came online messing with the Twitter, messing with the YouTube, messing with the GoFundMe when I was desperate. I would never, as a college educated, beautiful chef, all that stuff, ever go on GoFundMe. But I didn't know what to do. I have morning hair. I didn't know what to do. I was so desperate to keep my personal property, which I now have. I was desperate. But they messed with that. They messed with it all. So the numbers, the views are like gastronomically tampered to what they really are. It's massive, huge yes. So I'm just so used to that now. This is what they do. They really freak out, right? We're talking world despot thugs. Freak out over the weaponized, I'm afraid to say words because if I say weaponized or I say, what's the other word I've used? I can't remember right now. Sorry, I'm just, trying to recover from what they've done, from my word recall. Anyways, if I even say that, they'll say, ha, and they'll try to bash me. That's what I mean. They'll shut all my shit down. Yeah, so I hope that doesn't give them their excuse, right? She said weaponize. Dude, they do that. Someone's got a job at the Pentagon, I assume. They probably got a little cubicle office. Fuck yeah, 40% of them want me dead there. I've always known that. I just put the numbers out finally. But there's 60% that I love and I'm going to help, and they're not going to attack them or their families, okay? Or their grandma at home. The problem we have, let me pivot, is the grandma at home and the families got to be really careful with these jihadists that are in all those towns I was in when I first came here. I went out there. That's raw. That's the extraterrestrials putting me places. Remember I went to Laurel? Dude, just don't fucking worry about it. They're all out there. Yeah, no, especially in Rockville. Fuck yeah. Oh my God, dude. These are the straight, serious Al-Qaeda style fucking jihadists. All where I was. That hostel I was stayed at, I can't remember right now. I'm on my first cup of coffee and I'm still recovering from the attempted murder they commit every day. Oh my God. I've really seen it. And when I first came here, not first, like the first time, but when I first came here from New York, I really noticed it then. I think it was then. Anyways, it was around that time. I noticed they had cells out by the mall, Pentagon City Mall. It's in the cabs, everything. The bicycles I wrote about, I put in my notebooks. They stole the notebooks, all that, everything we've ever done. They try to cover up the numbers of the views for YouTube, for Twitter, for everything. They cover it up. They have to suppress this. Nothing that they're going to do is going to work, dude. And then, anyway, so I pivoted, but I'm used to this, right? I'm used to this, and I completely forgot my point that I was going on. That's okay, dude, because I'm literally standing here in my little dining room. I'm going to get some coffee, but I wanted to film when I'm standing up instead of always sitting in my chair because, you start to wonder, am I completely crippled? No, I'm not, but my eyes are puffy, yeah. I'm in here on my own. No one helps. No one ever come and help. But something I realized that was my guidance before bed was they're terrified, the Kamala Harrises, the Bidens, all these people were part of this Team Zero. Don't forget, Bill Clinton, all of them, the red, the blue, the fucking gang here. This American experiment sold out in 1992 to the Middle East. This was a big deal. It was supposed to go down. But the reason why extraterrestrials stopped that was because what the Middle East was doing, they're into satanic magic and satanic worship. They've been doing that ever since Satan came here. I've said that. Satan in the Middle East. So they had this Armageddon in the end of the world, devil take over the planet. They really believe this. Do you really think that Jesus and the extraterrestrial angels, you call them angels? They have a name, they have a planet, all that. But we'll get to that point when we can actually call them what they are. Not aliens, not Martians, but their name and the planet they're from, exoplanet, so on and so forth. Do you really think they're going to let the human species kill the planet for one? That's the main thing. And then kill off all these nice life forms here that love their offspring, that love their coupled with, how like goose and all these things mate for life, they love. You think? You really think? No. You think that the angels are going to let, it's hot in here, let me take my little thing off. Do you think the angels are going to let me set it here, Al-Qaeda start a world war, which would be Armageddon? They knew that. They thought it'd go their way and the devil would reign and all this stuff. Do you think they would do it off no order to the war? Absolute, complete, utter chaos in the negative, not chaos in the positive, like chaos theorem, chaos in the negative. Do you really think? No, so that nobody knew what they were fighting for. Nobody knew what they were fighting or why, right? Because he had their media as big on that. That's probably why they hate what I do. They can't have you know, oh, Al-Qaeda just attacked us with Russia and Iran and Saudi Arabia. They can't have you know that. They can't have you know, oh, organized crime's involved with this. And the KKK, oh, this is a big like government racial ethnic cleansing happening. They're trying to do it. There's no clarity they want to that. What they wanted was either go after the cops, which, oh, the Americans, 190 million of them are totally behind that. What they wanted was either fight the police, and they wanted to attack. It would have taken 7 days. And they'd be fighting all these people, the wrong people, the military. Nobody would have any idea why all these places all over the planet were getting, like Japan, all these places were getting attacked. All the bases, they knew what ones to go to because they had the KKK here, who they still do. It's their second branch. Wave to them at the Pentagon. They work hand in hand with Russia. So we have no national security secrets. It's already been handed over. But the thing is, we're only handed over 25%. It was worse when I first came on the scene. But we're like overthrown. We're taken over only by 25%. We're really getting better now. And one of our main problems is these politicians. So that's what I mean. Do you really think that the angels, they have a name and all that, is just so disrespectful, but angels is good because angels is very close. Do you think that they're going to let Satan and his people, his despots, these thugs, start a war with no clarity, no order? No, everybody knows who needs to know, and they are well prepared now. They know who they're fighting. They know what they're fighting for. They know what's going on. Oh, do they? So basically where we're at now is we got a gang of politicians. They've kind of regenerated, yeah, since 1992. There's a few new ones. They've got them coming into office. The Omar, I mean, we know all this. We need to discuss it. They got not just her because she's Muslim. It's other ones. It's blue carrying Democrats. It's red card carrying conservatives. They're in this ethnic cleansing KKK handed over wealth and power thing. Organized crime was in the beginning a third uncle. Italian was a third uncle. Russian was maybe the second uncle, not third. But the organized crime was not supposed to have ever taken off with this and ran. But they put in an organized crime boss. And if the planned attacks were stalled and stopped enough, it was only inevitable that organized crime boss, Trump, would think, hey, because he'd have enough time and he'd have enough pressure coming from the Middle East on him to be mad at them because he's a crime boss, can't tell me what to do. That's the whole motto there. And enough time to think, hey, he'd think, I can do this. I'm the king of America. The Senate just made me king. I want to take this caliphate. Me and my organized crime Russian mob and an Italian mob, we got all these states, power, influence, right? Celebrities galore. We're going to get a small countries, like we got UK now, we had Lebanon. I put out the countries, dude, I've done all this. I'm not repeating my fucking content. He did this around Thanksgiving. And he's, he's like, no, I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this, get these PMs and leaders over there to go onto my coalition, my caliphate. It's going to be a, KKK ethnic thing. Fuck yeah. It's always about the whiteness, the being white. This is foremost, people. You got to get that through your head. But it's narco state. We're going to generate massive amounts of narcotics. And everybody's been on them for like 2 years, really addicted. Like at the shortest time span, the medias and the politicians, 2 years. So their addiction level, because this is important when I say that, is really, really taken off. You don't understand the addiction level to this really hard substance that these folks are on. So we're going to take this and we're going to take it from the fucking Saudis and Iran. Fuck it. We're going to take it. I'm the president of the United States, they put in. You know, that was his rationale. So he took off with 10% in the military and turned a lot of this into a narco state. And so here we are today. But no, I mean, no way in hell is a dominant species, like the 13 species that surround this planet, going to really let that happen. And it really bases on the planet being killed, because you folks here are absolutely outright killing your planet. And dominant species observing this can't allow that, especially with the cruelty and brutality you inflict on your own species and other living species here. It's really coming to an end, and you need to be told that, I think, regularly, because you're in constant denial, and you need to be reminded of that, because this is the truth, all right? And I'm not going to stop speaking the truth. Somebody needs to. So I pay an incredible price, and before bed, I know I pivoted, but bear with me, thank you. Before bed, my guidance was, they have to let you out of the room eventually. They have to give you a job eventually. This is stressing out the Biden, Harris, those ones, beyond belief. They can't keep me locked up in a room in Washington, D.C., or anywhere anymore. For 3 years, I'm not dying is the whole point. It was over and over. You are supposed to be dead. They cannot believe you're alive. So I'm still alive. Yeah, well, that's because, why do I always tell you? Because I have green lights. And, oh, fuck yeah, I don't fuck with them. And look, no, what's been going on in here with the puffy eyes? I hate the puffy eyes. But the back and the foot and the exhaustion, the shit, the stress, they were waiting for me to die. And they're starting to get through their thick heads. Then the only understanding that they get is through brutality, through thug brutality, Russian mob brutalism, cartel, utter brutality. That's all they really understand, these Harrises and stuff. Oh, no, that's all they understand. So they're starting to get it through their head. No, I'm not dying. I'm just sitting here in the room doing what I've done since I came online, fucking your shit up. All right? And you can play with all my views, the numbers, make it look like no one knows I'm there. Fuck with my GoFundMe. Fuck with everything, but I'm still going to keep doing it. And at this point, the government's only 25% sunk, our country as a whole overthrown. That means we have a huge portion of our country still functioning, still going, still our sovereign territory. Their fucking overthrow is really going south. It has been. All right? And they have to let me out of a room. Someone has to give me a job at some point. They know that. And so another thing, Harris, Biden do not want to be in the White House. It's not the point of this election. The point of this election was today they were supposed to say some sort of shit announcements to propagate the attack on the 13th. Now that's all been blown out of the water. I'm doing what I always do. They were afraid I was going to do that. So let's see what they say, if they make some sort of announcement or if they come with a new plan. Another thing, why Harris is afraid she's going to die in guidance, in theory, is because they'll wipe her out, Al-Qaeda, and they'll put Duckworth in. They'll take any one of these fucks out. Biden too. Dude, this is Saudi Arabia, Iran, Al-Qaeda. What other countries do I need to suggest to you to get it through your head? ISIS. Do you hear me? So, right, and they have control over our politicians, so that's how they're going to enforce it, through violence over these politicians. So that's explaining to me before bed why Harris is paranoid. Because she'll be removed and she'll be put in place with Duckworth like fucking that. Yeah, with the months to go. The guidance was nobody, not Duckworth. Not Biden. Duckworth a little bit. She's kind of crazy, okay? But Biden and Harris, they know everything. So just stick with the ones that have their marbles. They do not want to be in the White House. The goal is, before the election, to overthrow, to attack. There's something that I've noticed, like with Trump's election, Hillary Clinton, hello, okay? The attack must go with that, right? And I work alone. I'm always isolated, so I never get any feedback. And some things I just can't quite give you full definitions and answers to that I would feel proud of just working solo like this. So I'm sorry. But definitely there's a link to election and overthrow of the United States of America. Absolute, complete World War II fucking attack on our territory, like in Hawaii. But this time Hawaii is where they're centering it from. Same thing. Genocide. Same thing. World War. Foreign powers. Vying for power. All the same thing. So it has to do with the elections. Now, like I said, Harris and Biden don't even want to really go into that White House. Duckworth's a little crazy. She has fantasies. But that's not the point. All right? So I hope you took all what I said. I don't want to repeat it too much because these psycho, federal, methed out cops sit and listen to this. Al-Qaeda terrorists listen to this. White nationalist terrorists listen to this. And they all want to run up to my house based off anything I fucking say. Oh my God, I'm in here alone. Yeah. So I just don't want to repeat things. I'm fucking a little tinge apprehensive. I wouldn't call myself paranoid. But I'm just careful, okay? So that's definitely what's going on. And they realize, no, this bitch isn't gonna die, dude. We have to let her out of her room. We have to give her a fucking job. You know what? I'm gonna be 44. I'm gonna be 44 in September. Another birthday, cause it's 3 or 4, year 3 or 4. The last birthday I had, and I was in freedom. I went to Cuban dinner in New York City. That was it. It's on all my social medias, and I know the Pentagon, the good folks there, and other folks. There's bound to be other folks that have all this like on file. That was the last birthday I had that I was free, and I know because I know my long-term plan was, and this was way back in 2014, and stuff I put up as evidence. I knew by 44 I was gonna have my law degree or be in my last year of it. I had no idea. At 44, I'd be locked in rooms, had countless attempts on my life, and all the above. No, it really does bother me that I'm not in my last year of my JD. And I could never finish my bachelor's and never go to an accelerated 2-year JD school or 3-year. No, I lost everything. Except my mom. I pray for her all the time, and I'm always asking, do I need to warn her? No. She has help. Not help that she's aware of, but she's all right. My mom's safe. Let's just say that. But no, they took everything, man. And here I am, and they realize that they can't kill me. And it's not the point to kill off all my family members, dude. Because they know I'll still keep doing this. I'm the one still alive. They're not that stupid. But they are that brutal. And they are that tyrannical. And they have done that. Like, remember, I put it on my account. They've killed family members of people in Washington, D.C. The Saudi prince has. People are terrified of him here. They're terrified of him here. But I thank God, and I thank Ra, and I thank Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit, Archangel St. Michael for my my mother's protection and for my safety in my life every day. I do. But this is the real deal. That's what's really going on here. Because I spoke the truth about it, and I tipped off the militaries and the defenders of our sovereign territory and our allies, all this, and I never stopped. And that's why they're freaking out at this point, because nobody really wants to go into the White House. They've got to for their lives, because all they understand is violence, and their lives are being threatened if they don't get this overthrow over with, right? So they're desperate now, and that's another thing I want to get over. These despots in power, they're narco state, because most of them are addicted to drugs and hookers, and they're really into the narco state aspect of KKK, not so much the white nationalism Mein Kampf. There's two different white powers going on. So that's the United States KKK, what I just described. I can't keep going through this all the time. Plus, I want to drink my coffee here. I'm getting tired of standing in my little dining room. But they're really desperate right now. The only one that probably has little fantasies of going into the White House, and they would, of course, assassinate Al-Qaeda, or Russia would assassinate Biden, is Duckworth. She imagines herself being the president and carrying on this overthrow. She's really cuckoo. But Kamala knows everything. She's as bad as Trump, if not worse, with her knowledge. They can't have Kamala be taken and questioned and apprehended. They can't have that. They can't have Kamala. She knows, if not all, but more than Trump. She's right there with Nancy Pelosi. This is all my guidance. And Biden, too. He knows everything. So you understand how caliente things are right now. But they want to present it as cool and calm and, hey, things are great. This is an Afro-American. This is a great guy. No, it's all about the overthrow. They don't even want to be in the White House. I know I'm rushing this because I want to drink my coffee and I really want to hang this up. God bless America. Say goodbye.